the third time you're here?
Yeah. No, it's the
no, the third year in a row you're here.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago you were competing. Last year you were president of the jury.
Yeah.
This year you are the special guest and special
career
award.
Yeah.
So do you think this festival is treating you especially good?
Yes. I think it's almost like I bribed them. It's almost like, you know.
But I think you did, no?
Yeah. Oh yes, I did. But you know, the festival got a big donation, and therefore they secured another year. No, they've been very nice to me, particularly Beatrice, because last year Mario was sick, and they've treated me extremely kind and extremely generous.
And we are celebrating the 25 years of Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me a bit about
Well, Drop Dead Fred was a film that we made in 1990, but it was released in 1991 in America. It was the first film that Working Title, who is now an enormously big company, was their first American film. They had made a few films in England.
Working Title is your company?
No, it's not my company. That was a production company. And that was their first American film. And we made the film, and we had no idea that it would be so successful, because it instantly became successful, to everybody's surprise, or everybody's delight also, of course. But apart from that, because a film can be successful, it's an independent film, it was never a major studio film, it was an independent film. And it was sold to 55 countries or something, or maybe 60. And the great thing is that regardless that, because you have other films that are successful and they are there and then they disappear, but the film never disappeared. People started to look at it again and again, and the children who saw the film then are now grown-ups and have children of their own, and they show it again to their children because they liked it so much. So the film got a totally new life. It was re-released on Blu-ray half a year ago, and it is such an enormous gift that a film does not disappear, because people always say films stay there forever. That's not true. Most films disappear. You know, people see them and then they're gone. You know, technically they're still there, but nobody watches them anymore. And the fact that the film has been re-released on Blu-ray is an enormous gift, because that means that the film still exists.
And how was it working with such a big star as Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, see, it sounds almost like unbelievable, but though she was a big star then, because of Star Wars, the enormous, iconic feeling that Star Wars had did not exist yet that much. You know, Star Wars was a very famous film, but because the new Star Wars that are actually in story-wise preceding the old ones hadn't been made yet. So the enormous global recognition of Star Wars was not the same as now. Star Wars is bigger now than 25 years ago. So, and Carrie at that point did not dwell on Star Wars at all. She knew, I mean, we know she done it, of course, and she knows it, but she was not like walking around as being a famous film star. Not at all. That came more because of the written Postcards from the Edge. And Postcards from the Edge was with Meryl Streep in the lead, and that propelled her more to stardom than actually Princess Leia. Princess Leia came later. Very strange, but that's the way it happened.
All right, going back to the festival, what does this recognition of a career mean to you?
Well, it is, you know, as I said yesterday in my little speech, you don't make films to win awards, but if you get one, it does feel very nice. And there is an element in almost every director I know that they are craving for recognition, and craving for recognition from their friends, of course, and in their own country, but the best is, of course, if you get it from a totally non-suspicious corner. And Portugal, you know, I have not a specific tie to Portugal. Now I have, because of Fantasporto, but I don't know particularly many people in Portugal or something. So to get the recognition from an unsuspicious corner is absolutely fantastic. That's absolutely great. So it gives me an enormous boost for my ego in a good way. It gives you, because filmmaking is so hard, it is so tough. Every time again you start anew. And a film works or it doesn't work. If it works, okay, then you can maybe make another one. Not necessarily, but it's better. If it doesn't work, you have an uphill battle to get a new film. And this recognition, it's not like gonna make a new film or something, but people see that there is at least other people who recognize the quality. And that is such a boost for your own personal ego.
You started doing films in your home country, in
Yeah.
Holland. Then you moved to Hollywood,
Yeah.
to America, and then
Then I went to London.
to London.
Yeah.
Now you are based in.
Now I'm back in Amsterdam.
Now you are back in Amsterdam.
It all has to do with women.
No one had no. What? Sorry.
No, well, when I moved to Hollywood, I did it because I was just separated from a woman I lived with for 9 years, and I always wanted to go to Hollywood, but we had a relationship, and that would be the end. But when it ended, I could go. Then I was in Hollywood for 6-7 years, and then I came to Europe to make All Men Are Mortal, based on a novel of Simone de Beauvoir, and that took a little bit longer, and so I was living in London then because it was produced from London, and then in London I met another woman, and then we started living together, and I didn't go back to America. And then about 8 years ago we separated again, and then I still had my apartment in Amsterdam, so I went to Amsterdam.
Which one of these phases, of these places, phases defines you better?
Without a doubt, Los Angeles, so Hollywood was the best of it. For me, it was absolutely a delight, and I realized the possibilities I had. I mean, I was not a black kid living in the ghetto. I had always a ticket back home if I wanted to, so I was not desperate in any way. But Los Angeles was fantastic because I come from a small country just like Portugal, where basically every film is subsidized. So if I make a film that is successful, everybody hates me. Because if I make a good film that's successful, they're going to give me money again. That means that somebody else is not going to get the money, so they don't like it. If I make a film that is not doing well, I have a lot of friends. And that I found so disappointing. And in Hollywood, that does not happen. In Hollywood, people love that you're successful, because if I have success, there is more money, so you can make a film too. So everybody helps each other. And it's really a big industry there. People are talking to each other, they help each other. Film means something. The best example I always had is when I went to Hollywood, I went to the airport and showed my passport to the customs in Holland, and he said, what is your profession? And I said, well, I'm a filmmaker. And he said, no, not your hobby, your profession. That sort of thing. And then 11 hours later I landed in LA, and the customs there said, what is your profession? And I said, well, I'm a filmmaker. He said, oh, have you made any films I have seen? Or were there any stars in it? What is your new film? That was such a difference. I had a feeling I had arrived in heaven.
And don't you think in Hollywood sometimes filmmakers and artists sell a bit their soul? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's true. What you say is true. I mean, I loved it, but you have to realize that you can only do what the studio or the independents, whatever, wants you to do. I mean, if you want to make a very specific film that is not right for Hollywood, you're not going to make it, and then you lie in the gutter. But I had the luck that what I wanted to do sort of like matched what they needed at that point. So I could do what I really liked, and it was at the same time it was something that they could use. But it is. I mean, I loved it, but it's a very, very tough town. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.